Hi everyone. Today I'm going to read a column from January 1985 called Travel Advisory. The radio announcer didn't have to remind me every 5 minutes that the road conditions were treacherous. I knew it. I was trying to drive on those treacherous roads, icy, nearly impossible roads. Freezing rain has turned all the roadways to ice, the announcer said again. Well, that's obvious, I answered back. Now play some soothing music on your station and help calm my nerves. I have a bad habit of speaking back to the radio announcers, but they never listen. That day was no exception. Police report many fender benders throughout the area. They recommend people not drive unless absolutely necessary. He ended his nice little speech by playing a rousing polka. I switched to another station. There, the announcer was giving a list of postponed meetings. I switched off the radio. Don't travel unless absolutely necessary. Well, what was absolutely necessary anyway? I wasn't the only driver out on the road with an absolutely necessary errand to complete. The streets were filled with people on absolutely necessary errands. Why does a person leave home and hearth, put their life and vehicle on the line in such rotten weather? There has to be as many reasons for being out that day as there were drivers. Of course, some had to drive back and forth to work. Bosses frown when they receive a call saying an employee won't be in because of road conditions. The boss made it to work. Why shouldn't the employee? Truckers are out there just because that's what they do. They truck in most any kind of weather. When snow finally does stop the trucks, well, you can bet no one can get through. Well, maybe not get through for days. Others were out doing some absolutely necessary driving because they had doctor's appointments. Some were driving to the grocery store or parking lot going for essentials. A doctor's appointment that day would have been canceled by me. If I was well enough to drive in such weather, I wouldn't need the doctor, and if I was terribly, terribly sick, I couldn't possibly drive to the office. The need of a loaf of bread would not have been any reason for me to be out on those roads either. We would have done without until the sun came out again. Well, toilet paper would have been a different matter, though. There are some people I've heard tell about that would call in work because of road conditions, but still manage to slip and slide to a party 20 miles further on the same impossible day. Everyone has different priorities. For me, it was absolutely necessary to be out on those icy roads that day. I couldn't have stayed at home and waited for spring. I had to go to a special performance where I heard harmonies I could never hear on any radio station. It was absolutely necessary for me to be in the audience that day, icy roads or not. It was Robbie's and Becky's school winter concert, and it was well worth the drive into town. Lucky for me, that wasn't too far, but when it's icy, boy, today, I don't think I would go. I hate roads, icy roads, more and more and more each day. So it's a good thing I'm hunkered down in winter. I hope you are not on icy roads and you have a safe day and come back again to hear one of my old columns from Words in My Pocket. Until then.